Yeah, you're good, you're good. Up. Hold it.
Play ball.
Now 2 on and a 2-2 count on Clase. And they keep it on. And he will strike out.
Home run game against the Yankees might have been the best thing, because it's the first time I've ever done that in life.
Yeah.
As far as an individual.
You might think he might still bunt.
And he bunts foul and strikes out. So he had 3 shots at it and could not get it down.
It's a gamble you take.
And he does attempt with 2 strikes and strikes out.
2-2. Trying to bunt again, and that's it.
McKinstry has it come inside and it hit the bat. It is a foul out. 1 down.
We'll see what this next swing looks like here. 2-2. He's not even going to swing. He's going to bunt, and that's a strikeout. That's not a good sign.
And pushing the boundaries a little bit to make plays, guys.
With 2 strikes, he tries to bunt and bunts it foul.
Wood bunting for a hit. I believe you'd have more success.
Now he bunts it foul with 2 strikes. This is the second time, I think, in the last couple of weeks that Taylor has been asked to bunt. Well, with 2 strikes, he tries to bunt, and it's a strikeout.
In an 0-2 count. And he shows bunt again. He bunts it foul, and that's going to be a strikeout. That's it. Yep. So I'm sure.
Get one down on the first 2 tries here. Now it's 0-2. He tries again and bunts foul for strike 3. So McCann on it.
And there's a bunt attempt by McGuire, down 1.
He squares around the bunt, but he's going to go down.
Corner's crashing hard.
And that'll end the at-bat.
As shallow. Bunt shown. And strike 3.
2 pitch to Marcano. Squaring and bunting 0-2.
Gave an opportunity to win the ball game right there and just couldn't push him across.
Bunt with 2 strikes goes fast.
Corners in against Ortega. He bunts it up in the air and it'll go foul. Strike 3. Ortega has to bunt the 3rd strike, and that's the first out of the inning.
Pull that back and slash. You got the whole middle infield.
2 strikes on him, and it's foul, and he's out on strikes.
Bunt with 2 strikes. Foul. He's out. Strikeout.
They can move back. Oh boy, he's still bunting.
And he jabbed at it. He bunted it foul, and he is out.
Wow, that's interesting.
That is really interesting. 2nd strikeout for Walker.
Long stride, 6-7.
With 2 strikes, Sable pops up the bunt foul. That'll go down as a strikeout.
His speed and not get a little bit better.
The bunt is down, but foul. He strikes out. So Ruiz.
Marcano sees the 3rd baseman drawn way back.
Pull down the middle.
About it. 1-2. And again, if he didn't, he does now. Yeah. Right?
And is official.
Showing us that he can adjust in 2 strike counts.
He tries to bunt with 2 strikes. It's not going to matter. That is good. Incredibly low. Bunt try. That just means he's missing barrels.
Bunt fouled away, strikes out. So bunting with 2 strikes, and Ruiz strikes out.
Stadium hoping that you are right. That's what I'll say. Try to bunt. And he is out. Well, with 1 and 2, that was a gamble for Friedel. And
Javier Assad to Travis Jankowski. He bunts and fouls it. And a shift on the right side. And the 0-2 pitch.
Brito against the shift, and it bunts foul. And so on the 0-2, he tried to do that in game 1 going against the shift.
2-2 pitch coming up. And Grisham's out.
And with 2 strikes, he bunts it foul and strikes out.
That's the manager sending a message.
Yeah. And 3 in a game has happened once this year. Ortega not.
And Massey tries to bunt his way on with 2 strikes, and because he bunted it foul, the result is a strikeout.
That is interesting.
Jock, that tells you what he thought about facing him. He bunted with 2 strikes.
Really good bunter, though. And he's going to try it, and he's out. Strikes out, first out of the 7th inning.
That'll be a strikeout as he bunts it foul behind home plate.
Goes bunt and bunts it foul. And Zach Gallen stretches his consecutive scoreless inning streak to 21. He has set a new career high with a
Bunting again, and he bunts it foul. That's a strikeout. Huge out for the Astros.
Answered in the affirmative. Scott asked him how it went. Bunt attempt, and it goes way foul. And that'll be a strikeout for
Nixon administration.
He got shut out, too, which is amazing.
Yeah. Grisham tries the bunt again and fouls it off. And strikes out.
Yeah, trying it with 2 strikes.
Crawford tried a sneak attack, and if you don't bunt it fair, it's going to cost you.
Over there for Hassan. Bunting at it, popping it up foul, backing out of play with 2 strikes means it's strike 3 for Grisham.
1-2. Perdomo shows bunt with 2 strikes at 100 miles an hour and bunts it foul.
For 1.
Showing bunt and dropping it down foul, and that will be strike 3. Interesting.
Now McNeil trying to push a bunt, and it goes foul, and that's strike 3. Well, we've been talking about it, the 2-strike bunt, and I guess the talk is
in consecutive 1-2-3 inning. Beetle trying to bunt his way on with that speed, and he is out of there. So 7 straight set down by Gallen, who seems to have settled down nicely and holds it.
Squares again. 1-2, and the bunt is foul, and that's a strikeout. Well, you just hardly see it, and that's exactly what Craig.
He's trying to get the bunt down, but bunts foul with 2 strikes and strikes out.
Just getting it to a reliable closer type arm, and Taveras trying to bunt his way on with 2 strikes and fouls out.
Creeping in, he's cheating in. Bunt again, and it's fouled for the strikeout.
The 2-2. Oh, looking for a bunt with 2 strikes.
Boy, he had a lot of room if he just gets that down.
That's the guts of a burglar that Tyler Wade has, but 1-2. He squares again and fouls it off for out number 1. That is such a high-risk play. And the first.
And he bunts with 2 strikes. That's a strikeout. Oh, he tried to bunt with 2 strikes. He strikes out. You know what the Blue Jays do in their shift is when there's 2 strikes, they take everybody.
Will chase out of the strike zone. You need chases.
There's the 0-2. Tries to lay down the bunt.
That's a strikeout. Spin is on the left side. He's midway between 3rd and 2nd. Bunted. Foul. Strike 3.
Watch his upper hand. Look how much barrel of the bat he's got.
And he cannot advance the runner. That's a strike. Philadelphia coming into play today. Squares up with 2 strikes and strikes out. First strikeout for Merrill Kelly.
Home run, 30 RBIs.
That's a strikeout. 2 gone, and that'll bring up Betts.
Trying to go to 8-1 in this ballpark. 0-2 pitch. He tries to bunt again, and it's foul. So Hill is out number 1. Unable to advance the runner.
13 at the plate. Thought about a bunt, but that didn't go well. And it's 0-2. That was with 2 strikes.
Tore an ab muscle. Bunts back on, and Wheeler can't get it down in fair territory. First strike.
He did not. The final line's going to look uglier than it probably was. Belt bunts in a 2-strike count, and it was strike 3.
That is a 2-strike foul and a bunt for an out.
Webb shows bunt with the count at 0-2. And he bunts it foul, and that'll be strike 3. So Godot gets the first out of the inning on the fouled bunt on the 0-2 pitch.
1-2 pitch. Van Meter comes in again, and Lyles cannot get the bunt down. Strikes out. That's 8 strikeouts for Gallen. And 2 outs in the 7th.
Certain times when you want to punch a guy out, late in the game.
Foul ball, and Mills not able to advance.
I wish we still played him.
And out on strikes is Musgrove, failing to move the runner over.
It's foul. And strike 3.
Do it swinging. Oh, he's going to show bunt again, and he's going to bunt foul and be out. Wow. Curious.
There it is, Jack, and he fouled it.
He strikes out, unable to lay the bunt down, move the runner up.
Moved in, maybe to try to take that away.
And another 2-strike bunt attempt, and that's going to be it. So an unusual sequence there. Cedric Mullins trying to bunt his way on.
Scoring position with 1 out here in the 2nd. Crow squares to bunt, bunts and foul, and Hernandez. That is bunted foul, and Cabrera down on strikes. Officially the 3rd for Wilson so far.
Ball operations, and so much talk about that. There's a bunt bid, and that is strike 3. And
the 0-2. Lauer bunts it foul. He misses an opportunity to move Jackie Bradley Jr. around.
Larger lead for Akiyama. Bunted foul, strike 3.
One and 2. And a foul. And he pounds the barrel of the bat on the ground.
He should.
Hit. Merrill squares up with 2 strikes. Here comes LaStella from 3rd, and he strikes out. So they can't move Varsho along. That's the first out in the 2nd.
It takes some concentration.
Tries it again, and it's foul. 2 out.
Drew, he called it. That was his call. And a bunt miss on a 2-strike pitch. Justin Steele is done on strike. That's a foul, strike 3.
The problem is we don't have the video. We're still looking for it. I mean, we're talking about a classic event of 15 innings against Bob Gibson and beating him 1-0.
That'll be a strikeout on a foul bunt.
Gomber still squaring with a count 0-2, crashing his Duffy. Bunted foul, struck him out.
I think that's something right there, JD, that we all learned.
Bunts it foul, strike 3, 1 gone.
2 scouting services. 0-2. Bunted foul. Another strikeout for Cabrera.
Chances they're giving you an out, you take an out, right?
You would think that. Well, they get an out. He may have bunted at ball 4. But it's a strikeout for.
And that would be strike 3. So that is strikeout number 2 for Craig Stammen of his outing.
And Andrew tries to bunt, and he bunted it foul. With 2 strikes, he's down on.
It's Cabrera. He's well on the grass.
And that is bunted foul. Boy, it looked like it may stay fair, but that is a foul ball and strike 3. So back
on it and hopping away from it.
Stabbed at it, and that'll be a strikeout.
Cabrera creeping in. It's White, strikes out, bunts it foul.
Stupid bat.
Hate this bat. So there's that.
Squares early. And that's a foul ball and a strikeout for Lauer. Second out, third strikeout for Lauer.
Issue here. In any event, he is not swinging the bat, and he fouls it off for strike 3. So that's a strikeout for Smiley. And
not much hitting experience before this season. Bunts that one foul at strike 3. But in that spot, that's a big second out for Valdez.